Hi everyone. Today I'd like to talk about change. A lot of people don't like to change, and the only reason they don't like to change is because they feel comfortable. But by being too comfortable, you get stuck in your ways. And what happens is your energy gets stagnant. And when your energy gets stagnant, then you start having thoughts of, oh, this is how it's always going to be. This is, life isn't going to get any better. Or you start worrying about the world outside of you, way outside of you, that you have no control over. But change is good. We should all change something in our lives every year. Every year we should change something. I think that's the premise for New Year's resolutions, is to get, the energy flowing again, to get, good things coming back into your life. Because we get stuck, we get stagnant. So don't be afraid of change, even to littlest thing, from putting a new painting in your apartment to rearranging your furniture, which I am famous for. Anything to just shift the energy, which shifts your mood, which helps you see things more clearly, which helps you have a different perspective, which helps you see things more clearly in your personal life, in relationships, in your job. And the reason I want you to change is because if you don't, the universe will change for you. This is why people get laid off. This is why people get divorced. This is why people, anything major that happens like that. It's because you get stuck, you get stagnant. You're only looking at it from one perspective. You're only looking at your life from one perspective. Like in relationships, you're only seeing things from, I always tell people, if you're having marital difficulties, move the furniture. Just move the furniture around, wait a day for the dust to settle, because when you move things, the energy can get really intense. So open the windows, air out the place, and then wait 2 days. And your perception will change. You'll see things a little differently. You won't necessarily agree with the other person, but you will see their point of view. Where before you were stuck, stagnant. I know it sounds ridiculous to some people, and I'm sure some therapists will say, what are you talking about? But it works. So anything that works, I'm here to tell you about. That's why I'm famous for moving around my furniture. If I get stuck, if I get stagnant, if I can't think clearly, like for example, I know I have a book inside me. I know I have a new book, and I don't know what it is. I just know it's there. And I've been kind of doing what everyone does. I've been waiting for it to show up. Well, you can't. You have to help it show up. You have to help things show up in your life. So I looked around my apartment and I said, okay, how does my apartment need to be for me to write this book? And I instantly saw what I needed. I needed my desk out in my, what I would call my living room, but if you live in apartments, they call them Florida rooms or sunrooms. So I moved my desk out here, and sure enough, as soon as I shifted that energy and made things a little different in here, everything started to flow. All of a sudden the ideas started to come, all of a sudden the title came, and it just started flowing. And it just took a little thing. All I did was move two or three pieces of furniture. I didn't do much more. But the same with perspective. If you get stuck and stagnant, go for a walk. Just seeing something different can change your perspective. But don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. And make sure you do change something every year. Even as little as it can be in your life. Whether it's you're suddenly walking more, or you decided to take up yoga, or you decided to take a class, or you decided to switch jobs. Because if you don't, if you're in a job and you're not happy, you're not learning anything, you're not moving forward, and you don't take the initiative to make the change, guess what? It will change for you, because you'll lose the job. And then you'll be in a bigger, quote, devastation period of your life, because now someone's told you you're worthless, which isn't the case. You needed to move on a long time ago. So don't be afraid of change. Do something, anything. And after you make the change, just you can wait for the new ideas to come, because they will, and then take the initiative and be that person you're meant to be. Energy is a funny thing. If you move it, it flows. If you don't, it becomes stagnant, and it becomes depressing. So work with your energy, work with your life, and make it the best you can be. Ciao.